Hi everyone, I'm Stanley. I'm come from China, Guangzhou. Mostly in China we speak Mandarin, but in my city we can speak bilingual, Mandarin and Cantonese. I learned English when I was 7 years old in a primary school because I would like to have a better chance for my daughter and a better living environment. The great event in my country is 3 years before the COVID, the pandemic crisis in China. It got a lot of people lose their jobs and many companies bankrupt in the 3 years. The biggest stereotype for me in China is everyone in the life is so busy. They keep on working every day and every minute we have to work. So even we don't have much time for resting or holiday. Everyone start from the morning and until to the midnight we have to work. And the competition is very high. We don't have much fun for the other things. We have just working and keep going. Yeah, that's the truth. Right now in the recent 10 years in China, everyone is working. Everyone have to know there's no risk. There's no risk for everyone. The more common religion in China, they got two religions. One is the Buddhism. The second is the Christianity. And most people, they believe from when we were young, they believe the Buddhism when we in the beginning come to this earth. So our parents will tell the story about the Buddhism. And the Christianity, some people they will believe that we have some Christianity church in this whole cities. I believe they're not so much common in China. It just belongs to a small part. I think China got 1.4 billion people, and could be 50 or 60% belongs to the Buddhism. My city is the third biggest city in China, the number one biggest city in southern China. The most important holiday for everyone in China is the Spring Festival. It's a very traditional holiday, and it belongs to you can say, the lunar festival. We celebrate this holiday with an uncertain day because we need to calculate by the moon, by the lunar. Sometimes it's in February, sometimes in January. And that's just like the Chinese New Year. And everyone is sitting in the family together and have hot pot, have dumpling together and watch the TV over midnight. And some cities before we can do the fireworks, but right now most cities prohibit for the fireworks. But that's the Chinese New Year, because the Chinese New Year is different from the real New Year. The real New Year is from the first day of the year, but Chinese New Year is counting from the moon. The moon have 365 days, but they calculate in another very old way. The family traditions are right. In my opinion, when we have holiday, we need to sit together and gathering together and have some greeting words and some red pocky, some nice food. We talk about our futures and we talk about our wishes, and we have some photos together to celebrate that moment. That's our culture. Two couples wedding together, they need to take a bow each other to their families, to their parents, and they have take a bow to each other. When I was young, there's not so much problem like this in China. But when the years goes on, right now they are more and more. I think right now the people have changed their mind. Right now more open to accept this culture. In China, it's illegal to marry for lesbian or same sex. It's not criminal, but it's illegal. It's forbidden. You cannot register it. The different family have a different style for teaching. Sometimes both parents will give their child assistance. Sometimes it's most done by the mother because the father need to take care of the outside and the mom will take care of the inside home. The father have to earn and support the family, but the mom will take care of their housework and look after the children. The mom will teach their children mostly and follow their mind and follow their hobbies and teaching them the theory and the culture. The mom will teach them everything. The most children will follow their mom's theories. They will follow their mom's voice. 30 or 40% mom will no working in the home and only take care for the children. So they will take care of everything for their homework and for how to struggle for learning and how to be a good boy, be a good girl. The mom will teach them. Sometimes do not put a finger to point someone. That's not good. If you put a finger to point someone, somebody will get offended. And they might think you have some violence with him or her. It means you have something going to harmful to the other guys. You will have you will putting some pressure to the other guys. So you're pointing to something, you pointing to someone directly, and that person will feel the pressure from you, which we don't like it. So if you want to talk about or you want to mention something, you can use your whole hand or just don't use one finger because that's not so good. Even behind the people, you should not put on a finger. If someone behind you or you put the finger on his back, if he know that, he might thinking you are going to do something to harm him. Use your whole hand, it's more polite, right? Chinese people, mostly they don't care about for the personal space. I believe some people they did, but we don't much care about these things, just like the Japanese. The Japanese will like to have more personal space or personal secret for themselves. It's not easy to talk with him. You need to get his permission or otherwise you will be unpolite. But here in China, most people, we don't care about this. If you want to come and talk with someone, you don't need to ask for a place. Just come in directly. So we don't never ever think about how he's feeling. In my words, we really didn't care about what he thinks because we just want to ask what we want to know. But in the working environment, some jobs we have our personal space. Because I doing my own job, you doing your part, so it's not better, do not interrupt other business. In the working environment, that's my working space, so do not interrupt others. But the communication, you can interrupt directly. So we don't really care about the distance between two other people for the communication, but we did care about something for the work. The most job and most appointment or meetings in China should be a punctuality. But I don't think most people can do that on time because they got many reasons cause that. I'm not a good person on time, really. But some of my friends, they did it on time, punctuality. And you have to punctuality on working or some are appointment with some other guys. If you are not on time, it shows you are not polite to the others. It's not popular doing the mental health in China because you can say the most people, they don't really trust the reason or explanation for the mental health. If you want to give a mental health excuse to someone, they are thinking you are making an excuse. But that's not the truth, especially in working or studying. If you want to do some excuse, you better give them the proof for the evidence. So just not mental health. It won't be work. If you say, I don't feel good, the teachers, I would like to take a break for a half day or the whole day, and the teacher will ask you to give them the proof for the medicals or from the doctor. If you don't want to go to work, you think today you have a bad mood, you don't want to go to work to your employer, well, they won't listen to you. I believe the small talking is very, very popular in China. When two people or few friends gather together, they will start with the small talk first. Especially more friends or something you don't know him well, they will start with the topic with the small talk first. And later on, they will get into their main topic. So you can say the small talk is the one-up for the whole topic. Even someone, strangers, you can start with the small talk about the weather, talk about the traffic, and talk about the stock market, talk about some movies, movie stars, something you would like to talk. If he answers you, that means the people who might get interest with talking with you, then you guys can go into the further topic, the next step. Well, we got 1.5 billion people here, so it's very easy to get conflict for the argue or something, even in shopping or walking in the street or watching the movie, you can get much more conflict. It's more than you think. Because 1.4 billion people got 1.4 billion minds. So it's hard to judge who is right or who is wrong. You got your opinion. I got my own opinion, right? So we look at things in a different way, the different style. So we might get the different opinion for the same things. So it might come through the difference. But the most things it depends how serious the problem it is. If just some normal case, normal things, normal issues, just argue for a couple minutes, then we're finished. But if it comes something more serious, significant points to the jobs, the things will get more worse. In my city, in my opinion, I saw many conflicts, even not just working, but also in shopping or touring or holiday, something, just anything, you can get conflict, you can get argue. The same area, compare China and Canada, they got a lot of people in China. Let's say we got the same area, the same size place. You got 100 Chinese people there. Only you got 50 Canadian people here. The more people here, the more things will come out, right? The more problem will exist, right? So the more thinking you need to handle, right? We don't much talk about the politics, and or we don't talk about the government, or we don't talk about the regulation and policy which is concerned by the government. So we don't want to talk about. The first things if we talk about is useless. Nobody will gonna listen. It doesn't work. The second thing is the authority doesn't like to hear that. We just talk about some other funds for easy to get in touch with others, and so normally you can talk about the economic, you can talk about the fun, you can talk about a movie and some other things, but just not talk about some politics. China has changed. Before, when I was small, everything comes very traditional. Everything is very, very traditional. But after 20 or 30 years, China has changed a lot. There are some old cultures and the young people, they don't really follow right now. Maybe they have already forgot. Usually it's nothing unless someone passes away, you need to wear an armband. And from the day he passed until the 90 days, in traditional, the Chinese people will wear an armband, a black armband on his arm, and to memorize his family people, to memorize his passing away, the people he need to be memorized. But right now, this culture is not so much popular. I think right now the young people, they already forgot the passing history. If you're wearing an armband on your arm, you go to the street or go to work, these people think you are weird. They will know there's something happened in your family. So right now, the most people, they don't want to show this motion to the others. Or maybe they get shy. Or maybe they just care about what other people think about them, so they don't wear the armband. But usually before, when I was small, everyone did this thing. Some people, they don't want to do these things because they want to hide their feeling inside. They want to show. They are afraid to show to the other people. The most challenging things for my daughter in the school is her language. She, at first beginning, it's so hard for her to get involved with even with the other people on her age. It's hard for her to get more communicate with the others because she's so shy. She's afraid to say something wrong, or she don't know how to express herself correctly. If she says something wrong or pronounce incorrect, she might get laughed. So she just care about this motion, so she's very shy. The only things I need to do is teaching her to learning more, speaking more, and open her mind to accept the others. Don't care about what the others thinking about you, but you need to practice more and more. Otherwise, it won't help you to grow up. The education, it's a big issue in China. It's very tough for the students, for the children. It's very, very tough compared with Canada because the children and the students, they have to learn more and they have to compete with each other. And no one wants to get loose because you got the pressure from the inside and from the outside. The inside is every student in the class, they listen to the teachers and the teachers only teach you the details on the handbook. But after handbook, you have to understand on your own. There's no one going to help you. And the text will be very complicated, more than the handbook. It's over the handbook. So you have to get more practice and outside learning on your own. That's the inside pressure. The outside pressure is from the environment, from the market, from the living circumstance. We have to understand we are living in the place. We need to get survival. We need to get a job in the future, and we need to get a better life or better living. So the only way to get a better living or better job is keep on studying, get a higher grade, get a higher education, get a higher diploma or degree, and after that, you might get a good job. In China, the teachers also, it's very hard work to do because think about it, one teacher have to do over 10 classes, or he have to take over sometimes 8 classroom students or 10 classroom students. One teacher, he have to take care of all the classes. Let's say if you're doing the mathematics, you have to keep teaching from the morning 7 o'clock and to the afternoon 5 o'clock. You need to facing there are so many population, so many students in China. Everyone wants to go to the good school, good good university. From the primary school and to the middle school and high school, the average classroom for students is around 41 to 49. The education systems here, Canada and China, is quite different. In China, they want every student to learn more and learn more ahead. If a student in grade A in China, and he could be a person or a student in grade 9 in Canada because he already learned too many things over the systems. He already learned so many things ahead. But meanwhile, the timing he learning, he have to put more energy and more timing on that. Because of that, the most of Chinese students are very tired and they have to facing a tough job. From the morning and to the midnight, they have all study. They don't have much private time. These things will relate it to the whole family in China because their children are focused on study and their parents, most parents have to accompany with their children. So the parents, they don't have much more recreation time. They don't have much more time for the movies or for go outside for shopping or dining with someone. They all have to accompany with their children, stick together. So I would say that would be a most hard time for the students in China and even for the family. But here, the education system is quite different. There's not so much homework after school, and the teachers only give you a 5 or 6 class one day totally. And you can get after school at 3 o'clock. You can have more activity and out after school learning by yourself. The major things, the difference from in Canada, from China, is the teachers want you to learn more things on your own, more independently, because the things right here, the teachers and the school, they want you to practice more and create something on your own mind to extend your ability to develop something inside you by your hands, by your brain. But it's different in China. The China teaching systems only ask you to follow the handbook, follow the teaching books. If you can get the answer correct on the handbook, then you are perfect. They don't know how much ability your sons are. They don't know how much your children creativity or motivated the son or daughter they have. They only care about how much they can pass the test on the exam. The most students in China, they only keep on practice doing the test again and again and again, day by day, month by month. They don't know what's the outside words going on. They don't know how to create something they like. Two things. The first thing is the newcomers, Chinese people, their children come to the school, they want to get more help or assistance from the teachers because in the first half semester it's difficult for their children to get in touch, to get more involved the teaching with the other people. They want their Canadian teacher more care about their language, especially the language, helping them to open their mouth. The second thing I would like the Canadian teacher know is most Chinese students are very good at mathematics. Not just because they are smart, they're normal, they're not smart. But the teaching systems in China has put everything teaching ahead. So the same things they learn, they already started. So it will be easy for her. And the last things I would like to say is Canada is a very good place for living and learning and settle down everything. And the teachers in the school are mostly very kind for all the students. They are very patient and very warm heart to help you. And I would say thank you for everyone watching this video and appreciate all the students and teachers to be the best.